Hey beautiful, it's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here today. Y'all, I had a birthday. I was so freaking excited. That day was everything and more, and you guys are so freaking amazing. I also did go live a couple of days later. Like y'all, I just need to do an update of like everything. That day was perfect. It was good. I loved it. Everything was amazing. It's so crazy. So after my birthday, we had catching up to do and then getting all the babies ready for school. Y'all get so emotional even talking about it. Like, me and babe are gonna be alone in la casa. Like, that's so crazy. Last year we homeschooled Jade, and I kind of want to homeschool her again because I'm just like like, it's just so crazy. Like, we're gonna get pregnant with all this like alone time we have, you know what I mean? Where I'm just like, this is crazy. So we've just been busy. I should be recording all these moments, but literally, you guys, I'm just like, I need to get on like a good schedule. And get this, there's gonna be a side story time of someone stole my diary, y'all. And I was like, I got her back, but it was a twist of like everything where I'm just like, que fea. Anyways, let's jump into today's story time. I will not be doing a shout out because I'm gonna be shouting out all y'all. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support you guys have shown me, and it's just, thank you so much, so much. And on my birthday, y'all were like, I tell you guys are literally like my family. Like, you guys literally come through, and I'm just thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are driving anywhere, if you guys are working, if you guys are working out, I would love to know down below. And are you excited that school's gonna start? Let me know. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a 16-year-old. I'm gonna have a 17-year-old. Their birthdays are right around the corner. I am not ready at all. I'm like, no one told me that the babies are gonna grow up and do like big people things. Anyways, let me know what you guys are doing. I would love to know. All right, quick recap. Me and Mel are hanging out. We get to walking. She literally leaves me out in the middle of nowhere. And so I have to call Spice. I call Spice. Let her know. She's freaking fuming. She tells me that she's like 45 minutes out to go and wait at the park. So I go to the park, chilling a little bit while I'm at the park. Danger and Jeremy and some girls come. We chit-chatted up a little bit. Finally, Spice shows up. Danger walks me. He's like, how you know her? I said, how you know her? So then they start chatting it up, and they're all being a little flirtatious, and I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I ask her about him, and she's like, oh, that's my second cousin. And I'm like, okay, because they were flirtatious. I spent some time with Spice and Sugar running errands. I go and visit Tommy. She pretty much says I can stay at her house just to make sure that I'm pulling my weight, as in chores, cooking, all that. Okay, Sugar's not too happy about the deal, but it's not up to her. Spice is okay with it, especially because her little boyfriend Charlie treats me like a baby. Okay, he's super nice to me, very respectful. So side T, Sugar and Charlie used to have a little something. Now Spice is having a turn. Okay, so I stay at the house, and Spice tells me not to be asking her any questions. All right, cool, whatever. Don't ask her any questions. But someone keeps trying to like get in the house, knocking, and it's just like freaking me out. Turning the doorknob, and I can't go to sleep, so I text Spice, where are you? She keeps saying, I told you, don't be asking me any questions. Because before she left, I asked her, where you going? She said, don't be asking me any questions. So I'm like really freaked out, trying not to ask her any questions, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, is it her trying to get in? Then I'm like, okay, no. And it's just like, I don't know, one of those things where you just ask someone, even if like you know the answer of like, where are you? And like, don't be asking any questions, and you're gonna, you know what I mean? So I finally pass out, and then Mr. Peach calls me. I'm talking to my phone. He's telling me like it was just all a misunderstanding, blah 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 blah. As I'm having the heated argument, Charlie and Spice get home. Charlie sees that I'm having a intense conversation, so he comes over and keeps like looking at my face, all that. Finally get off the phone. He asks me like, oh, is everything okay? You know, right away I see that Spice is looking at me. She is celosa, jealous. So I just keep it short with him, whatever, you know what I mean? So I catch my breath, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, so where were you? I ask Spice, and before any of it, boom, she hits me. And that's where we left off. Alrighty, so let's get into it and start the story. Let's begin. The house is so quiet. It's literally taken me like almost all day to record, and it's like in and out, in and out, in and out. You guys seen in the previous story time where it's just like chicken, 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 and it's just like that's one thing that the kids did say though. They're like, now you can record, and I'm like, yeah, it's so bittersweet though. It really is. It makes me sad. All right, y'all. So she goes boom, and I'm not gonna lie, I literally was like, what's going on? It came so fast that she got another boom in before Charlie picked her up, and I was literally like discombobulated, like what just happened? Like I couldn't register it. Like I was just like, and then like the words came out of my mouth like, what the, because I'm pissed. Like, how are you going to cheap shot me like that? Like, not even tell me like, oh, get ready, get your hands ready. You know what I mean? I was just like, eh. And it was a genuine like, where were you? Because bitch, what? Like I was scared. Like what the hell? So Charlie picks her up and he's like, the f you doing? She's a baby. And she's like, I don't give a f. So she keeps like going like that. She's like, I'm tired, ain't nobody questioning me. And I'm just like still trying to like run back like what happened. I hate, oh, hold on, I have like a hair. Where are you? There you are. I don't know why at times I do this weird thing where like I have to sit there and kind of like a Raven moment and like try to go back to like how it happened, you know what I mean? And like I didn't need to Raven this moment because like, bitch, she hit you. Yeah, that's what you felt. She hit you. Like that's what it was. So I said like, what the f, I didn't even know where to touch on my face because I was like where she hit me. What? It was just, I have no idea. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like you get a little paper cut and it hurts more than if you got a big cut. You know what I mean? I was so like confused. Like ain't no way in hell. Where I'm just like, and I got tried. I'm like, did she hit me? Like I was just like. And she's like, yeah, bitch, and I'll do it again, bitch. I hit you twice. And I was like, swear. Because, like, I don't know. It must have been my freaking guardian angels. I swear that, like, because I could not. I was like, twice? Like, I was just, what? Like, what? I was confused. So, like, I'm still mad because I'm like, you really hit me? Like, I was so confused. Like, over a question, you know? So, I'm asking her, like, what the wrong with you? Because I asked you where were you, because yes bitch, where the f are you? And he's still holding me, like he's holding her tight, and she's not stopping. Like she keeps telling him like, if you let me go, she was gonna do this and this and this to me. And I'm like, just let her go. She's like, oh, well, you think you're bad? You think you're bad? Because like I guess I was acting like big woof, like what? And y'all, like I was literally like, how did she hit me? So yeah, she was like, so why are you acting all bad? You see that irks me? I was like, what? I'm not. Like I'm so confused. Like you're so mad, and for what? And so I kept telling her like, what? Like, so I could see like why she was getting irritated, you know, because it's just like, you're not gonna punk me in front of my dude. Like what? Like she was expecting me to probably like cry, but like y'all, I could not feel it. Like I was literally like, what? Like I don't know if it's because like she hit me just right and I didn't feel it. I don't know if it was like the guardian angels. Like I didn't know what it was, okay? But I know it was ugly because even Charlie, like in the moment where like I got the second putazo, he's like, oh, like, you know, like it hurt him. So I don't know if like energy transferred or what, but it hurt him more than it hurt me, you know? So I was like, I'm not gonna even hit you back. I'm not. I know you're not. I know you're not. And so she's still like, whatever. And so he puts her in a headlock, okay? And it's always so uncomfortable to see when people get put in a headlock. Okay, my husband has had to put my siblings in a freaking chokehold so they would stop beating up my mom's boyfriend, okay? And it literally like scared me because I'm like, stop, because it looks terrifying. You know what I mean? Like it looks like don't kill that, but like it looks so freaking scary. Like anybody who ever gets put in a chokehold, like baby, that is scary. Like it's automatically like it's traumatizing. Like I don't care if you're like, oh, I barely have them. I don't give a let him go. Let them go, please, because it's scary, okay? Like it's nothing to like, oh, like it's not that serious, like nothing's gonna happen. No, it's freaking scary, okay? So anyways, he puts her in a headlock and he tells her like, I'm not gonna let go until you stop. He's a baby, like what's wrong with you? You hit her twice. Like he's like yelling at her, and she's like, I know how many I hit her. I know, Charlie. And so she's in the headlock screaming. So she looks crazy, right? Like, it's just like, girl, relax, relax. Because he's screaming because he wants her to calm down. And she's talking over him and he wants her to be quiet. He keeps telling her that he's talking. Oh, I'm talking. Don't talk over me. I'm talking. Like, he's like pissed, you know? I'm just like, literally like, oh, God. Like, just... what? Like, what's going on? Like, can we just have a do-over? Like, I'll be ready this time. Like, you know, I was so confused. And he's like, she just asked you a question. It's not that serious. And she's like, I don't care. She doesn't listen to instructions. He's like, who the think you are, huh? Who the you think you are? Like, cause like, yeah, I'm like, dude, like, chill out, okay? You're not Tommy. Like, calm down. So I'm like, nodding my head as he's like telling her something, and she's looking at me and she's like, wait until he lets go. Wait until he lets go, Alexis. Wait until he lets go. And I'm like, ew, don't say my name like that. And he just like looks at me like, bitch, really? Like, this is the time you're gonna tell her? Because I was just like, ew, like, that's ugly. Like, don't look at me ugly. Like, the fuck? Like, why are you looking at me ugly for? Like, that's gross. So I'm like, no, Charlie, like, it's fine. Like, just let her go. He's like, I'm not gonna let her go. She's what? Mad. And I'm like, okay. So I sit on the couch and she's literally like pissed off where he's still holding her and he's like walking her to the back room. So he's walking her to the back room, and you guys already know I have this rule, never give anyone your back. So I make sure I'm positioned in a way where it's like, she comes coming, I'm going to feel it. Like, I will stand up. Like, what? And then at the same time, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'm old and that putazo, because I was getting crazy with her that one time. But I'm like, if you're gonna give someone a putazo, you have to let them be aware, you know what I mean? And it's just like, would I have hit her back? Probably not, but it's just like, at least let me in on it, you know what I mean? Like, don't cheap shot me. So I was just like going through all these emotions and I'm all confused and I'm just like what? Like, what the fuck is that? So I'm like annoyed, and as I'm annoyed, Sugar comes. And so Sugar's comes and she's asking me if Charlie's there, and I'm like, yeah, he is. And I tell her, I'm like, I wouldn't go back there because her and Charlie are talking. She's like, I don't give a okay. And I was like going to like fill her in about like what had happened, but I'm like, do I? Is that weird if I'm like, hey, like, your sister just hit me? I don't want her to look like I'm trying to like gossip bad about her sister. I don't know if it's like overthinking, but I'm just like, she's gonna probably be like, and what, you know? And I don't know if that's just me overthinking, but I'm like, why would she care? Like, why would she care? Because she's already mad about how I was talking to her, so she like wants this putazo to come anyways, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's too much thinking or not. You let me know. I think I'm overthinking that. I think as soon as she came through the door, I should have been like, oh, she just hit me not once but twice. And like, I pissed her off because I kept asking her like, where you at? Where you at? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I was just like flustered, not knowing like what to do. And I'm like, okay, all right. So at that time, my mom calls and she's asking me for like an update of like what's going on. And I don't tell her because it's like, no offense, it's not your business, because like, what you gonna do? Nothing. So I just keep it short with her because I don't want them to come out, see me on the phone and be like, oh, you called your mommy, bitch, you called your mommy. So she's asking me to get a hold of my brothers because they're having a hard time with her being in there. And I'm like, yeah, I bet, yeah. And she's like, why do you have a tone? And I'm like, because like, we all have a hard time, but you're always so focused on how they're doing. Oh my god, Alexis, I know you're good, don't act like you don't want to be out. I'm like, what? So I'm like fighting with her. As I'm fighting with her, Spice comes walking in and she's like hands folded, and I'm like, okay, mom, I'll try to get a hold of him and then I'll let you know. And as soon as I said mom, she's like rolling her eyes, and I knew what she was thinking, and valid. And it was probably because like my mom felt it too. My mom felt something was on the horizon. So I hang up and she says exactly what I think she's gonna say. You called your mommy. I was like, no. She called me, and no, I didn't tell her anything. She's like, I'm not scared. I'm like, okay. But the whole time I kept thinking in the back of my head, like, yes, you is, bitch. Don't play. Don't play. Like, my mom will beat your ass, bitch. Don't act for me, please. So she tells me to stand up. So I stand up. She has her arms folded. She walks closer to me and she's like, you know why I did it, right? And I'm like, maybe I understand for two reasons. Can I explain? She's like, are you being a with me? I was like, no, can I explain? And I feel like sometimes talking like that can annoy somebody, but I'm like, I'm not trying to come off as a smart ass. You know what I mean? Like, let me just explain. So I tell her, I think it's because of how I was getting crazy with you and you told me to keep that same energy. And she's like, I was like, and I think it's because you told me, like, don't ask any questions. Now, it breaks my heart to like reminisce on this moment because you don't know how bad I just wanted to whoop her ass, because I'm like, this ain't right. Like, the whole everything, like, this ain't right. Like, why? Oh, why? But then I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It builds character. So I was like, I kept asking you and you told me not to ask you. And so, yeah, she's like, yeah, because you disobeyed. That's where she lost me. Okay, because I'm like, I don't know who the f you think you is. So I'm like that. I can't help it, y'all. I can't. Even with my own mom. I can't. And I think that's what would irritate my mama too, because when she did try to play house with me as I got a little bit older, and we tried, y'all, but it wasn't there. Like when she would be like, and I'd be like I just couldn't, you know. Or even now at times when she'll play with me or we'll play like rough and like it has to stop because I'm just like, I don't know, it kind of feels like she's trying to like do dominance, you know, like she's trying to let me know like, oh, I'm still big mama, you know. And I can't, like, I can't, and I hate it because I'm just like, no. And I can't bow. I don't know why. It's so weird. Like it literally it's hard. I remember my therapist was like, just try, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be our last conversation because what? Like, I don't know. I just don't think, yeah, like, no. I was like, no, like, I'm over here trying to get the root and be like, I'm not gonna just submit. What? It's crazy talk. I don't know. Like, I just can't, y'all. Like, I don't know if it's an authority thing where I'm like, nah, like, but that's not true because, like, I don't know how to explain it. I can't. So she's like, because you disobey. So I was like, she's like, what the f face for? I was like, you had me, but like, dude, like, that's weird. Like, what the f you mean? I'm like, we're not even that many like years in difference. Like, you're not my elder. So I get upset. Okay, and you gotta like think about, okay, and at this time it's just me and her, and I'm like, we're not even that much age in difference, and she's like, the f we are, and I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna do that shit. That's fucking weird. That's corny, dude. Like, I'm not. She's like, so you're gonna be disrespectful? And I'm like, I guess. And she's like, and I'm over here giving you a spot to sleep in. I was like, it's not your spot, it's Tommy's spot. And I was like, you know what? I apologize for being disrespectful, but I don't apologize for asking where you were. She's like, yeah, because you're not being obedient. I said, what? I was like, where the f are you learning these words from? Like, you sound weird. Because y'all, it sounded weird. And she's like, there you go, being disrespectful, being a disrespectful little bitch, like that. And I'm like, I'm like this, right? And she's like, who the f looking at? I'm right here. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking around because who the f talking to too? She's like, oh, so now you getting brave. And I'm like, it's not about getting brave, it's about what the f. She's like, keep saying it and see what happens. Now, it's not because I was scared or nothing. I was just like, you know what, whatever. Like, I'ma just keep quiet because, like, I'm literally like, what? Like, she's just mad. Like, she is just upset. And I'm just like, okay. So I just stay quiet. And I already knew me staying quiet, she's gonna be like, yeah. So I stay quiet, right? And she says, good girl. What? Like, bitch, don't make me blush. So I'm like, you see, that's being disrespectful. You want to be disrespectful and you expect me to respect you? Respect goes both ways. And so then I'm like, I'm gonna let you have it. And so I'm walking away. What did I say? Never give anyone your back, right? And I already knew it was coming. So I turned, and so she's like, put him up. And so I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So me being petty, Charlie. And I said, what he doing back there? She looks at me and she's like, you see, you're nasty. You're nasty. You're nasty. I was like, I'm nasty. Okay. Like, I was just, okay, because, yeah, I'm scared. I'm going to use whatever tactic that I can because what the hell? Because you got me up thinking that, like, I'm going to go down without a freaking fight. Oh, yeah, that one for sure. I'm hitting that for sure. So she said, put him up, have him up. Okay. And we start doing the little like pantsing around. Now the living room is not that big, so we were in the hallway, danced our way to the little kitchen area, which is like nothing, and now we're in the sala, the living room. Now the whole time I felt like I was on a roller coaster, y'all, because I'm like, man, now since I'm aware, these hits are going to hurt. And she's like, I'ma beat your ass, and I don't want to hear no whining about it, you hear me? I'm like, I hear you. So I have my hand. She goes, I don't know why, I always thought that was so sexy when people did that. So sexy. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat. And I'm just cheesing, like even reminiscing on the moment. It's hilarious. I'm like, all right. So she goes, all I remember is I was fighting for my life. Like I was fighting. Like, you know how they say, like, if you don't know how to fight like it's the end of your life, and that's what you have to do. You just do. I just remember holding him up, her going like this, I'm smiling, and she said, I'm gonna give you something to smile about, baby. And I said, all right. So did all that, and then all I remember is just like boom, her hitting right here, and then moving like this, her grabbing my hair and trying to make my head meet with her knee. Like I was like fighting it. Like I have a strong neck. I was like, so when she was doing that, trying to get my head to hit her knee, I just remember going like this. Like I don't remember like where it was, like where it was. I'm just going to whatever. We hit against the TV, we were like going around. I just remember that she whooped my ass. She whooped my ass. Like it was just, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like maybe 30% of it, like honestly. And I think it's because like it was more of like getting hit on sharp objects, but I feel like my adrenaline was so high I could not feel it because we were just like in it. And yeah, like it was intense where I was getting tired. You probably don't think about like a fight being exhausting, but it is. Like you get exhausted. There was a point where we both had our hair like this, and I just remember trying to catch my breath, like, and when you're fighting like that, like you feel like you can't breathe fully. Like you feel like you can't get that full like, not like that. It's like baby, you're gonna pass out. Like make sure to take like more controlled, and make sure to keep your tongue in your mouth and you're not talking shit. You don't know if it's gonna be like right, and then you bite your tongue, and then now you're like, oh, because you bit your tongue and you got a little bit blood, and they're thinking like it's because they do something. It's like, no, I hurt myself, bitch. So we have each other by the hair, and I just remember trying to kick her feet so I could get her to the ground. So both of us hitting each other super hard on our shins and just trying to like get to the floor. We got to the floor finally, and we're just like sideways because she would go on top, move, I would go on top, and just sideways. I was so tired because I'm like in my head, where the fuck is Charlie and Sugar? Where the fuck are they? Like, why aren't they breaking this up? Like, why aren't they breaking this up? So as I'm getting my ass beat, blood running down my nose, I said, where's Charlie? Like really loud. So when I go, where's Charlie? It goes all over her. So all over her face, she has my sangre. And she like lets my hair go. Okay, so we're like sideways. All I can see is her face. She don't look as pretty, and it has my sangre on her face. And she screams, Charlie! Like really, really, really loud. Now, it takes a minute for them to come over. Like it really does. I get to the like getting on my knees and I start crawling to the couch. I am tired. She whooped my booty. Okay, she whooped my booty. I feel like she pulled a lot of hair, and where I was like moving, and she hit me a lot on my shoulders. I remember my shoulders being sore. I don't know if it's like from tightening up or what, but like I just remember being like sore. And she played hella dirty. Okay, like super dirty. A few of the times when we were like fighting with each other, I kept telling her, you're dirty, because she was. And she's like, I don't give a f. And it like pissed me off, which I wish it didn't, but like I don't know why it pissed me off so bad, because I was just like, ew, like you're not gonna even fight right? Like, okay, like what the hell? I was annoyed. So I crawl over to the couch finally, and I'm on the couch and I'm just like going like this, just like whatever. I have something all over here and I'm just like when is it going to like stop? So she sits on the couch and she's like heavy breathing. She looks up and she says, find the vein. And I'm like, what? She's like, just find the vein, like find the vein. Like once the vein comes out, I'm like thinking when I was younger and stuff, my mom would always tell me like when your nose would bleed and stuff like that, it's because like you gotta wait till like the big vein comes out and then like you'd be good. And I'm like, and then I have like I wake up, you know, where I'm just like, oh, like this is just gross. Like you're over here doing all that. So I'm just still sitting there because I'm like, I don't know if we're done. Like, are we good? Like, what is it? Like, can I get up? Can I not? I mean, not like, can I get up? Like, can I walk out of the room? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just sitting there. I'm just looking at her and I can't help. I don't know why, but think like, why isn't she getting Charlie? Like what? Like what? Like why isn't she getting him? Like, so I finally just stand up and I look at her. I'm like, we good now? She's like, we good. Go clean up. And I'm like, all right. And then she's like, and come get some clean this up too. It's not just yours, it's mine too. Come clean it up. And I'm like, okay. So I go to the back and I was gonna go to the back to like freaking clean up. The door is closed where Sugar you're at. And I'm just like, why is it closed? And I don't know if that's just like the chismosa in me or what, dude. I want to be like, hey, that's why you really over here beating my ass is because whatever is going behind that door right there, you know? I don't know. That's how it felt to me. And I kind of wanted to like be like, you're not mad at me. You're mad at your sister. Because she probably came back for what was hers or something, you know? But I always thought that was so weird. Like when someone has a problem with somebody else and they take it out on somebody else, like that's so weird. Go keep that energy over there. But they don't. I always thought that was like some weak ass weirdo shit. So I go to the back and I'm trying to make like noise so that they know like, oh dang, someone's back here. No one comes out of the room. And I'm kind of just like taking my time to the point that I get Vice's attention and I catch her looking at me to the side and she's like, you good? I was like, yeah, because I don't know why. Like, I don't know. It's just being a chismosa. Like, oh my God. So I go into the restroom, look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, ew. And I can't help but like laugh at myself. I'm like, you just got your ass beat. You just got your ass beat. Like just stupid. And I'm just like, and I didn't even feel half of it. Just talking to myself because that's all who I have is me, myself, and I. And I'm like, you stupid, you dumbass. And I just start kind of like, just like, because it was such like a weird feeling where I was just like, why is this? Like, wait, like, why? Like, that was so weird. Like, I was just so, like, weirded out. Wash my face. I look at my face. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're good. You're good. It was just, you're good. You're good. My lips are a little puffy, but that's fine. Thanks for the lip injections, bitch. So I was like, all right, we're good. Like, we're good. Clean up, wash my arms, all of that. You're good. Like, you're fine. My shirt's a little dirty, but we're good. Like, you'll be all right. So I come back out and the door's like cracked and I'm like, so I come out, Charlie is at like the counter area and Spice is still on the couch. And I'm like, I'm gonna get you a rag. I go and get her a rag and I'm like, dang, like, I wonder like what happened, like what the hell. So I go, as I'm going to go get the rag, Charlie's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm getting Spice a rag. And he's like, she can get it. And I was like, oh no, like I'm gonna go and get it. He's like, I said she could get it. And I was like, so I go back. I was like, Charlie said you could get it. She's like, what? I was like, Charlie said you could get it. So she goes over to get her rag. She comes back and she's like, what did I tell you? And I was like, I didn't ask any questions. So I tell her, I'm like, I didn't ask anything. Please don't hit me. I was like, I didn't ask anything. She's like, what did I tell you? And then Charlie says, why don't you just tell her instead of playing the games that you like, the cleaning supplies. I was like, oh yeah, sorry. So I go to get the cleaning supplies. What do you think Charlie says? Yeah, she can get them. I was like, Charlie, you heard her tell me. Can I just get them, please? Do you not get that you're a baby and she wants to be hitting you over here like you're a grown-ass woman? You think that's fair? You think it's fair that you let her? She can get it. So I go back again. Like, I'm just so scared. You know, I was like, ah. She's like, are you gonna do anything? I was like, I'm just a baby. Like, trying to be funny. And I hear him like giggle from the other room, you know, like, oh, and she just looks at me like pissed. So I'm like, all right, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So I just sit there with her in silence because it's awkward. After a while, he leaves. leaves. Doesn't say anything, just leaves. As soon as he leaves, she starts pacing back and forth, back and forth. Like, I don't know who you think he is. I don't know why he thinks he can talk to me like that. And I'm like, girl, why didn't you tell him? Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you just love asking questions. And I was like, that was a question. Like, that was a question. I'm sorry. Like, I guess I just be asking questions. I guess. So she takes a long hot shower. I guess while I was in the shower, Sugar left because I didn't see her after that. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, homegirl left, cool, whatever. So she left, and y'all have no idea. I wanted to ask her so many questions. Like, girl, why are you mad? Like, what happened? Just tell me, like, please, so that I know, because I'm curious. Like, I want to know. So she gets out of the restroom. I cleaned up and stuff the best that I can. Y'all, it looks so gross because, like, where I had waited and I didn't get it right away, it was a mess. Okay, a mess. And I had such a freaking headache. I had to keep taking breaks because, like, my head hurt. I was like, dang, girl, like, oh my god, I'm stressed. Got my ass beat first in the morning. Like, oh my gosh, it was a lot. And she's like, how come you didn't change? I was like, oh, I don't have things to change. And she's like, all right, let's go to the store real quick. I'm like, okay. So she takes me to the DI and she tells me to pick out a couple of shirts. Y'all, back in the day, the DI was my jam. Now everything's so expensive, like super expensive. I'm like, this is the same price that they have for this at Ross. And what really burns my ass is when they leave the tag from the previous store and they still try to market higher. Like, you got some audacity. You got this for free. Like, what? I don't get it. I don't. Where I'm just like, how does that make sense to market higher? Like, that's crazy. So she tells me to pick out a couple and I tell her, I'm like, I don't have money. Like, I don't want to owe. And I hate when my grandma would tell me that, right? Like, I don't want you to lend me money, whatever. And she's like, nah, it's good, I got it. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I pick out a couple shirts. She tells me to pick out some pants and I'm like, okay, this payment for taking this ass beating. So we get in the car and it's just quiet, like super quiet, super awkward. Like, how does one continue the day after that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just awkward. So I'm not even really trying to talk to her either. Like, I'm just like weirded out. Like, I want to be so mad, but I feel like I have no right to be mad. Like, I just feel like I'm going through so many emotions where I'm like, how do I deal with this? Like, if I was watching this TV show, what would the audience be screaming right now? You know what I mean? Like, I literally was like in my head like that. So I'm just quiet and it gets her pissed off. So she's like, why are you so quiet? And I'm like, I don't know what to say. She's like, oh, now you don't know what to say. Now you don't know what to say. But earlier you couldn't shut the fuck up. And I tell her, I'm like, because I asked a question. She's like, no, you asked questions. I was like, technically it was my first question of the day. So then we go to Walmart. We go to Walmart. She's picking up some stuff. And I just start to like wander. Because I'm like, I'm not going to be next to you. Like, I'm not even trying to hang out with you. You bitch. Like, I'm just like, you know, still whatever mad. I go and get me some medicine. And then I find her. I'm like, can you get it for me? Sure. I'm like, thanks. I was like, I'll pay you back. She's like, it's fine. I was like, no, like for real, I will. But like my head hurts. And so it kind of gets her worried about like, oh, my head hurts, you know? So she's like, how much or what? I'm like, oh, it just hurts. Like, and she's like, when was the last time you ate? I'm like, I haven't ate. She's like, before I get you this, like, I bet you you're just hungry. And I was like, maybe. Migraines run really high in my family. My mom gets some and she's like down for like 3 days. My brother gets some. Well, he used to. Super bad. Like 3 days, everything has to be pitch black dark and he's vomiting. So I kind of felt like, oh, okay, it was gonna be something like that, you know? So she takes me to McDonald's and we eat and I start to feel a little bit better. So I'm like, oh. She's like, yeah, maybe it's because you got your ass beat on an empty stomach. And I was like, like, yeah, maybe that's fine. Bitch. So she's asking me like, oh, like, what's your plan today? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just be at the house? And I was like, yeah, that's okay. Or if like I need to go somewhere, like, that's fine too. I can just go to the library and stuff. And she's like, yeah, like whatever you want to do, I can drop you off there. You can check out this library over here. And I was like, yeah, I used to love going to that library and stuff, like when we lived around here. And so she was like, all right, I'll leave you there for a couple hours. And if anything, you can just walk back to the place or I can pick you up. And I was like, okay. So she leaves me at the library and I literally hate when I get like this. Like, I feel like awkward, even though like I shouldn't. Like I'm in a spot that like I feels fine, feels great, you know, but I'm like, ugh, I feel like out of place, you know. So it takes me a minute to finally warm up to the spot, and I go searching for these books I really loved. So I was obsessed with B. Jones, okay, B. Jones and VC Andrews during that time. So I go and find B. Jones, and it's one of her journal ones, and I just get lost in the books. I get super lost, and so obsessed because I just wanted a normal. Just wanted it to feel normal and just feel like, okay, I'm just getting dropped off. My mom's at home baking goods, and it's like whatever, you know. So I'm reading B. Jones. I should probably start a collection of my B. Jones books. And I'm just there. What was an hour? It's 2 hours. 2 hours? 3 hours. To the point I catch one of the old ladies their attention. She comes over, tells me, what book are you reading? I was like, I'm reading this one. She's like, okay, just make sure you put them back. Okay, I will. So I go to another spot because I was like, okay, I don't like Homegirl's vibe. Like, I don't see her telling anybody anything. So then I go to a different spot, and now I'm on another book of B. Jones, and I'm just reading. I can see that old lady trying to find me. And so I stand up and make it easier for her. And I'm like, oh, I thought you got lost here. Earlier, there were some little boys that were playing in the paper area that they had for you to do like arts and crafts, and they had left some mess. And she tells me, if you help me, I can give you a treat. I was like, okay. So I help her pick it up literally with my fingers. All the little things, because like it's not like she gave me like a freaking thing to clean it with, like a broom or anything, you know. So I pick up all, and I go over to her and I tell her. She's like, are you sure you did a good job? And I was like, yeah. So she comes over, she inspects, and then she gives me like a little like bar, and then I go back to reading, and I have another book from what she had seen me from the last time. And so she's like, what'd you do with the other book? I was like, oh, I put it back. Are you sure? I'm just like, bitch, like, why are you hounding me? Like, I don't bother nobody. I was like, I'm positive. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go check. Y'all, it annoyed me because I'm just like, bitch, like what? Like, I'm just trying to read my B. Jones in peace, you bitch. I usually go from like B. Jones, and I'll try to find like a VC Andrews, or if I don't find VC Andrews, I'll try to find the poem books. If I don't find the poem books, I like to read like fairy tales, like literal fairy tales. And if I can't find those, then I will go to, sorry, I felt uncomfortable. That's why I'm like doing my ritual. If I feel uncomfortable, then I'll go and try to find like witchy books and stuff like that, right? There was a certain particular book, and I will find it one of these days. It was a certain witchy book, and it was just like funny poems or something like that. I don't know. But every time I would get it, I always, because I like things like that. I like things that are like different and like, you know, like hocus pocus type of thing. You know what I mean? And I really liked it. So I would always go and try to find that particular book. And if I could find it, great. And if I couldn't, I'm like, oh, someone probably checked it out. But I could never remember the name. All I remember it's being like really witchy, and there's like 3 witches on it. That's why it kind of reminds me of like Hocus Pocus, but it's not Hocus Pocus. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is like my little ritual that I got going on. Like I'm going to like try to find that book. So I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, because then she's gonna be like, should you be reading that? Like I just felt like she was just like up my culo. Like literally I would walk from like this area and go to that area, and I can like see her going like that. Like, leave me alone. Like the library should be a safe spot. It should not be like you're on my ass because you think I'm gonna steal something. You're on my ass because you're probably like, oh, you're up to no good here. It should be a safe spot where it's like, oh, she's been here for a while. Maybe I should see if she wants a treat or something. Like, oh, because in certain libraries I would go to, they would have like Pop-Tarts out. They would have like juices and stuff. And so you wouldn't feel weird. You know what I mean? Or like, and not all the ladies were like jerks, but there was like a good amount where I was just like it would bug me like so bad. And it was always in this certain area of those libraries where I was just like, what is it to you? Like, do you own this bitch? Do you? Like, it literally irritated me so freaking hard. I didn't take from there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought it, because there's times where I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to come to the library again and like read this book. But I didn't, because I was like, ooh, girl, that's some bad juju. Like, how are you going to take from the place that gives you peace? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I think. So, like, great, I'm not gonna even be able to do like what I want. And so, like, I'm like getting out of the book. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go see if Skillet said anything back on MySpace. Because now I'm like, I'm done with the book. Whatever, let's go check that. We'll see if anything. So I have to go to the front because you have to request one. And they call your name. They'll be like, number, blah, 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 blah. Or they'll say your name, you know? So I go to the front and I'm like, I would like to request for a computer. They sometimes ask you like, oh, like what for? What are you gonna do? Which, mind your business. Just kidding. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go on MySpace. You know, she tells me, yeah, we'll call your number. Okay, cool. So I go and I chill. There's like a spot to chill right there. And then she calls the number. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go, she like types it in for me. And it's not the lady that was like on my butt, okay? It's a whole different one. So then she types in the stuff for me and she tells me like I have a certain amount of time. Cool, thank you. So then I go on there. She had private messages me and says, can we talk? I do miss you. So I'm like, not fun. Just kidding. I was actually relieved. I was really relieved. Where I'm like, okay, cool. We're not gonna do this catty stuff. Like, I actually miss you too. Like, this is so stupid, you know? So I tell her like, I miss you too. Let me know a day you're free and hopefully we can catch up, hang out, something, you know? Cause like, I miss you. I miss you so much. So now I'm on my page and I'm going to delete the stupid things I was saying because I'm like, that's so dumb. So I'm on that page. We'll call her Zote, because she needed a freaking cleaning. So she comes over. Like, why do people feel this comfortable? I will never understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's no home training. Like, I don't understand. I don't know if it's because like they think that like they're cool and they're doing something. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm like this because I'm going to delete it. But you can see all the mean I was saying, right? She comes over. She has her hand right here. Her hot breath dragging culo smelling having ass mouth right here. Like, oh, she was too close. I was just like mad as hell. This is why you wanted to use a computer to be negative, to be mean, to bully. That's not why we lent the computers. Obviously, she doesn't know what I was doing. Obviously, she didn't know I was going to delete it, right? So I'm like, I understand. I was just going to delete it. Sure you were. Sure you were. Like, dragon breath in my mouth. And I was like, I won't like that because, yeah, bitch, I'm gagging. That's disgusting. That's gross. You walk around with that mouth? Like, disgusting. Like, did you just lick shit? Like, oh my God. Like, it was disgusting. And so she goes, exit out of it now. Like this. Exit out of it now. Like, but it was like, exit out of it now, like that. And I was like, so I can't delete it. Exit out of it now. And I was like, okay. So I exit out of it and I'm like, okay, great. Like, and so I tell her, I'm like, can I still get on it? No, exit out of it. I'm like, okay. Y'all, the anxiety I felt. Okay, I'm sitting there. I turn around because like I gotta get off of it now. She's fast power walking to like the front, okay? And she's telling the lady who let me use the computer something, and then she's probably like, that little hand over here being really negative, culo, smell my ass, smell my breath, telling her something. They're both looking at me. The girl who let me in the corner is like, you know, looking all freaking confused and stupid. So I'm like, okay, I know how that looks. That's just like really like, I should have done this in the privacy of my own home. Like, oh my gosh. So I feel so stupid. And I'm like, okay. So there's two areas. There's this area right here where she ran like a little bitch, and then there's area right here where it's like if you need help or you need to return the books, they do it from like that section, right? So I go up to the lady and I was like, do you guys have a complaint card? Because I'm gonna be a fucking Karen. So I was like, do you have a complaint card? Yes, sweetie, is everything okay? I was like, yes, that lady over there. So now I'm gonna make you feel how the fuck you made me feel, bitch. The fuck? With your shit breath, caca smelling, having ass, shit from your mouth. Like, what the fuck? Y'all, I was a piss. Like, first of all, she offended me because she's like, second of all, she didn't even let me explain. She said, exit out of it now. So I'm like explaining to her, I'm like pointing. So now the lady's over there talking and she's like this, folding her arms, looking at me. I'm like, yeah, her right there. And another guy comes and he's like, oh, what's the problem? And I was like, I was on MySpace and I was going to delete some stuff I had said about my friend because now we're making up. And it's like, I'm over here over explaining like a mother. And it's like, girl, ain't nobody give a damn. And the lady's like, well, we don't use our computers to, you know, like be, you know. And I'm like, I know, I was going to unask myself. Like, that's why I was on it. And then this dad behind me was like, oh, what does that matter if she's not doing anything besides, like, if I'm not, you know, Googling bad stuff, that like, what's the problem? And I'm like, thank you, sir. Because like, honestly, what is your problem? And she was like, okay, do you still want the complaint card? I was like, yes, I do. What's her name? Like, I wanted her name. And she's like, oh, her name is Zote. And I was like, oh, that's what she needs. She needs a bar of soap in that mouth. Lint liquor having ass bitch. And I was like, thank you so much. I am going to. I was like, can I have 2 complaint cards? Because I don't think this is going to be enough space. She said, yes, here you go, sweetie. Gives it to me. She was all being all nice, sweetie this, sweetie that. Since freaking daddy back here backed me up, bitch. So I go to the other side and I'm like, here we go. Zote having ass bitch. Caca smelling ass bitch. Tom. And I was just like going off. I was mad. I was like, So I got 2 cards. I duplicated it and gave it to one to that lady. Like, here you go. And I was like, maybe she's gonna throw it away. So I'm gonna go put this other complaint that I have that's duplicated with that one in the complaint box. Cause she asked me, she was like, oh, where's the other one? And I was like, oh, good thing I asked for 2. I made a mistake. So I just threw it away. She was like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Did you want to use the computer again? And I was like, no, I don't want to, because I don't want her to come over here. And she really made me feel uncomfortable. She's like, I'm so sorry about that. Are you sure? Is there anything else you needed? And I was like, no, I'm fine. So I'm pissed, right? And so then I'm like walking towards that area. Zote having ass is right there. And I'm just like pissed because I just keep thinking about like how I was on the thing. She was like right here, right here, right here. And I'm just like, damn, like for real, like bitches really do be having no home training. Like what? I just wanted to read my B Jones and B's, and I just wanted to go and like delete my stuff, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, even trying to explain to her like, oh yeah, like this is like, and she was like, no. And I hate those type of bitches where it's just like, what? I remember one time Andres had a teacher where he was trying to explain something and she was like, no. So he came home and he told me how it went and how she was like, no. You wanna know what I did? Went into the office, call her down. We went over it. She tried telling me again, well, it's because sometimes we don't need to have it. No, you're not going to do that. You cannot ask him a question and then tell him, no. That's not okay. That's not okay. She ended up apologizing to Andres, but it was just like the damage was done. Like, why? Like, if you're going to apologize anyways, bitch, why though? Did you start up to begin with? Like, what? And you know, it wasn't even Andres's fault. It wasn't even his fault. It was a misunderstanding. And then she had the nerve to say, well, if you would have just told, he did try to tell you and you said no. Like, oh my gosh, like, oh. That's one thing about my babies. I do not play about my babies at all. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna walk out because I was like, I'm just gonna go back to the house. I'm feeling a little flustered. I'm just gonna take a shower. Hopefully Bryce is there and I can just chill out there because what the hell is this? Like, oh my gosh, how, I was irritated. Y'all, I love my library experiences to be great because they're supposed to be a safe spot, okay? And how dare she? So as I'm walking, she's right there, right? Soap having ass bitch. She needed to, like, you know how people are like, oh, chew on rocks. No, chew on some soap bars, bitch. So I'm like walking out. She's like, have a nice day. I was like, oh God. And I just walked out. She's like, bitch, it should be me shaking my head. That's why when like your breath stinks, bitch. That's why when you were over there complaining about me, she was like, she went like that. Not because she didn't want you to whisper in her ear, because your breath hot, bitch. Probably melting her earrings, bitch. And y'all, ugh. So I start walking and I tell Bryce that I'm gonna go back to the house. She doesn't say anything and I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna go. Like, whatever. I've been out here for a while. Cool. There's a little park in that area. Stop at the park a little bit, you know, touch grass, re-regulate, you know, because I'm just like, dude, like, what the like, oh my gosh. So as I'm walking, Mr. Peach calls. He asks me if we're gonna be able to do breakfast. And I tell him, you know what? Okay, let's do that. Let's do breakfast tomorrow. Ay, qué bueno, qué bueno. Yes, let's do that. And I asked him like who's all gonna be there, and he said just me and you, just me and you, and then we can go to the park, take the kids, and you can say your goodbyes. And I said, okay, qué bueno. Okay, that's great, because I was already planning my day where I'm like, okay, cool, I can go there and then I can see my brothers. That's gonna be the plan. That's gonna be fine. So as I'm walking, I think I get in my head too much, and I'm like, why hasn't Miss Peach called? Why hasn't she called? Like, I get it, she's going through a lot, you know, but like, why hasn't she called? Like, what the f? So I kind of get like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have just touched the grass longer, because like I'm over here getting mad over nothing. Like, what the f? I finally arrive. I go inside, and all you hear is, okay. So then I just stay outside, sit on the steps for a little bit, and like 30 minutes pass by. I finally get a reply back from Spice, and she says, okay. So then I'm like, okay, cool. That's my cue. I'm gonna go inside. I go back inside, and I just sit on the couch, because I have no business rolling anywhere else, right? So I just sit on the couch, and I just start watching a show. Getting into it, and I'm just like replaying the that just happened. Like, literally, like, I'm so upset about it. I'm like, wow, like, I just wanted to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I didn't even get to read the book. Like, I really like that book. I've been really obsessed with this blush a lot lately, and I'm just like super annoyed. Charlie comes over, and he's like, hey, when'd you get here? I was like, I've been here, you know, doing that, whatever. And he's like, you little nasty. So then he sits next to me, he's in his shorts, and we were just watching whatever the show, and he's telling me like what I did, and I tell him about the freaking bitch, and he's like, the fucking bitch, are you gonna complain on her? 2 complaints. I was like, well, I duplicated it, but you should have put 2 bloody complaints. 1 for her being fucking rude, 2 for her fucking breath. I was like, I really should have. So I'm like talking to him, he's literally talking to me like I'm a freaking human, and it's so refreshing, you know. It felt amazing. So I'm like just talking to Charlie. Loves the accent, by the way. So I'm like telling him about it, and he was like, what? And I was telling him about the books, and like, you like reading? I was like, yes, I love reading. My mom got me into reading super young. That's like the best thing you can do for a kid, huh? Giving them some imagination, because once you stop imagining, it's out the window and you start doing stupid shit. And I was like, yeah. And literally, when I'm not reading, I'm out doing stupid shit. And so we're just like literally just laughing and bonding, and he's just like telling me like he's never read a book before. I cracked the joke of like, I could tell, and he's just laughing, and he's like telling me like, why do you like reading? And I was like, because I can read a book and I can imagine something different. And then I talked to somebody who read a book, and their whole thing is like completely different. And so we're like talking, and he's just like genuinely listening to what I'm saying. And I tell him that I like to journal, and he's like, what? That's fucking amazing. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know, like I really like it. And I'm like talking to him about it, and he's like, so you like scrapbook and stuff? And I was like, kinda. Like, I collect, like when we went to Wendover, like I have like the rocks. The f are you just carrying around a big ass book like suit, guys? I was like, yeah, like super big. And we're like talking. Out comes Sugar, and I'm like, yeah. Like I seen a ghost where he even goes like this, like, what's up? And he looks back at me. He's like, as you were saying. And I'm just like, I forgot. Men ain't shit, you know? And I'm like, it's not my business. I don't know why I feel so passionate, you know, about these things. And I'm just like, I forgot. Just like that. Just poof, gone. Poof, gone. And I just keep watching the TV, because I'm just like, I hope Spice is back there. Like, I'm just like, what? You know? So I'm just like quiet. Sugar calls me, and so I get up and I go over there, and I'm like, what's up? Nothing. And I'm like, okay. And so then I just go back to like sitting on the couch. It's none of my business. I'm just like, ugh, I don't know. And it's so hard. It is so hard. I respect women so much more that are the, hey girly, those ones that let you know, even if it's an uncomfortable conversation, even if it's like, she'll never leave him. I respect the women so much when they still deliver the bad news. I do. I just do. Like, it's just, I know some people are like, oh my God, as weird as it sounds, like I literally do. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Because like the person you have a commitment with, that's the one you need to be angry with, not the other person. Even if they knew about you, the hey girl message, or just letting you know what happened, or even if they're like, oh, I heard the rumor, or I saw this, or they're the one doing it, or whatever, I will respect them 1000% more than just keeping it in the dark. So even though I did have that moment of like, oh, not my business, I was still like, oh, now I have to tell. Why do y'all do this to me? Because I just have to. Like, I just have to. Because, like, I feel like it makes me feel like I can't sleep at night. Like, it makes me feel like I don't want to ever be that person that doesn't know. You know what I mean? And I was like, quiet. Charlie asks me, like, everything good? I'm like, yeah, peachy. Great. Fantastic. All like freaking nervous because I already know my gut, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awkward, you know? So time passes, Sugar leaves, Charlie leaves, I'm at the house and I'm like trying to focus on this spot that's dirty, and like we need to like clean it up because Tommy can get in trouble. Like I need to clean it up, like it has to be cleaned up. And I'm just like, oh my god, oh my gosh, like super nervous. And I'm like having conversations run through my head where like my mom has told me in the past, like, whenever you're going to be the messenger, expect that person to be mad at you and cut you off. And I've had people cut me off where it's like I've told them and either they believe it or they don't. But 9 times out of the 10, I get cut off, you know? Even though it freaking hurts me, I have to tell you. I do, you know? And it's just like, like it sucks. Can you imagine not knowing and thinking that like the lady knows, or like, oh, because they have to know or whatever, and they go the rest of their lives not knowing? Like, God. Like, you don't know how many conversations I had with people who after I left the ex, and they tell me like, oh yeah, like, you know, he was with so-and-so or whatever. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, we thought you knew. He literally told us that he told you, and that's why you guys broke up for a little bit. I'm like, no. So even if you think someone knows, just tell them, just to like clarify, you know, just to like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, because they might not know. Like I was literally like, with what? Like, what? Like I was, and they're like, yeah, he told us he told you. Like he said that you were, like, it was, he told us he told you. He said that you knew. We thought you guys were an open relationship. And I was like, what? Like it, boom, what? So I'm just there and I'm like focusing on this area because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know like what to do. What if I didn't hear right? What if I wasn't hearing right? But it wasn't just, it was like the sounds and like the things, you know, like, girl, like, come on. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's gonna beat your ass twice now because she's gonna be angry. Like, it's, oh my gosh, she's gonna be horrible. So Spice messages that she's not going to be home. She's going to be out. No more questions. I'm like, okay, all right. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. So I'm just up late at night. I go back onto MySpace and I finally delete what I need to. And I'm like mad because I'm like, I could have just did this for the privacy of my own home. And that freaking Zote bitch, having ass bitch, ruined it for me. So I'm nervous about tomorrow because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna meet up with Mr. Peach and I'm finally gonna be like, yeah, not see them no more. Like it was such like a bitter, nasty feeling. So I'm like literally just like up at night, just like thinking, and I cannot stop thinking about the Zote bitch. Like I'm literally like so mad that like how she was being with me, how she came over and she was like, and I was like, oh, like what's wrong with people? Like why are they like that? Like, oh my gosh. Like I literally couldn't sleep. I was so annoyed, like super freaking annoyed. So as I'm still trying to sleep, someone knocks at the door and I'm literally like terrified, y'all. I'm like, no, like why? Like I should have been asleep. I'm like, I should have been asleep. Like why didn't you go to sleep? Like, oh my gosh. Speaking of sleep, me and my kids were having a conversation today about how when I was little, how I was scared about sleeping. I used to have really, really bad anxiety when I was a kid, and I would cry to my mom every night, and I would tell her like, Mom, please don't forget to wake me up. Don't forget to wake me up, please. And she'd be like, I promise I'll wake you up. And I'm like, well, what if my body forgets to wake up? Like, what if my body just forgets? And she's like, Jade, it won't. And I'm like, Mom, please make sure to wake me up, please. And she'd be like, okay, I will. I'm like, pinky promise. And we'd go through this whole routine. And I'd be like, Mom, I'm so scared to go to sleep. And there'd be some times where it was so hard to fall asleep because I'd be like But what if my mom forgets? What if she forgets because she's too busy? What if she forgets because she just thinks I'm going to? Like, it was super, super freaking bad, you guys. Like, super, super bad. And thank goodness I got over it by the time she started up, because can you imagine like me freaking out, having these freaking panic attacks, and she's nowhere to be found? Oh my gosh. So grateful that everything worked out the way it did, because it would have been horrible. I remember calling my grandma because my mom was working, and I was like, I need to be asleep by the time she got home, which she was supposed to get home at midnight, but she got home like super late. But anyways, I called my grandma because I was scared, right? And she's like, if you don't wake up, you don't wake up. What do you want us to do? It's out of our control, Alexis. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Just because your mom didn't love you doesn't mean you gotta be so rude. Like, I just remember being like, how can you be so mean? Like, how can you be so mean all the time? Why are you so mean? And I would ask her, like, why are you so mean? She'd be like, I'm not. Like, oh my gosh, that set her off when I would ask her that. Like, it literally was like me calling her her demon name or something like that. She was like, I'm not. And I'm like, yes, you are. You're rude. You're a very rude person. Telling an elder they are rude, oh, it's like lighting the match under their ass. My grandma would lose her shit. Every time I would tell her she was rude, it's like I spit on her, you would think. Like how she was like, oh my God, why? Like, oh my God. Like, it was scary how she would get so angry getting told that she's rude. Like, she would lose it. And it's so crazy because the ones who wanted to have the relationship with her, she never gave chance, right? And the relationship that she wants, my brother and sister, the ones that live with her, can't even give her the time of day. They could care less. They're very like, what do you want? My brother hardly even talks to her, my younger brother, and my sister is very much like cold shoulder. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. The ones that did want the relationship with you, and the ones that cannot stand you, she buys them with money. Literally. She literally buys for hugs, kisses, and conversation. Literally. And they want nothing to do with her, which is wild. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Or even sometimes I do feel bad and my mom has to like correct me, like, stop, don't do that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like super scared because I hear the knock, and I'm just gonna turn around and I'm gonna act like I didn't hear. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear, and I'm like trying to make myself go to sleep, and I'm like fighting with myself because I'm like, why do you do this? 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 And so then I just turn up the TV a little louder. As I turn up the TV a little bit louder, the knocks get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. So then I'm like, okay, someone has to be at the door. Like, someone has to be there. So then I go by the door. I look out the people, nothing. And I'm like, ain't no way. I grab my phone and I stop because I'm like, flashbacks of that as being, do you really want to do that again? No, we don't. So then I just put it away and I'm like, oh my God. I'm scared. Like, who the hell is it? What do they want? Like, so the TV is like super, super, super loud. And then they do the drive-by and they're like that. And I'm like so freaking scared. So I'm like, you know what? You're gonna stand by this door, bitch. Stand by this door and look at that people until you hear it again, because it's going to come again. It is going to come again. You just gotta be patient and wait. So I'm by the people and I'm waiting, y'all. And it freaking takes forever. And I wait and I wait and I wait. I hate when foundation gets like creased. Oh my God, stop making things go tight. So I keep standing there just looking at the people because I'm like, nah, like, I'm gonna catch you. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Not a damn thing. Okay, just wondering, just trying to check in, make sure. Okay, cool. So the show that I was watching ended, and I'm like, I stepped down because like I'm on this like little stool thing, step down, and then I'm like, and I look, there's nothing there. So I literally jump off the freaking ladder, and I'm like, I'm spooked. I am spooked because I'm like, oh my gosh. No. Like, I was so scared. I was like, what the? Because I'm like, like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I was looking the whole time. The time I look down and then it does it, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it does not make sense. Coincidence? Maybe. But I was terrified. I hated scary movies. Anytime my friends wanted to come over and we would watch movies, they wanted to watch like Freddy versus Jason, stuff like that. Oh my gosh. And I would be like, why? And I regretted it. I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, let's watch it, whatever. And then I would literally be up like, oh my God, like, scared. I remember my cousin, she put on this movie, and it was a movie in Spanish, and I couldn't remember like I didn't understand what was going on, right, in the movie, but it was about this little boy. He looked so freaking terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I believe like someone killed him or he was murdered. If you can find this movie, please let me know. I'm not gonna watch it just to remember like the thing, whatever, you know. He was like murdered and he was like in a well or something like that, or like a basement type of thing, but he looked absolutely terrifying. My cousin paid me in candy bars to rewatch it with her over and over and over, and every time we watched it I got a candy bar. It was horrible. I went home because like I was supposed to spend at her house, and I was like, Mom, can you come pick me up? My mom picked me up and she was like, oh my gosh, Alexis, like why do you watch this stuff if you know you get scared? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to be no pussy. I didn't. And she's like, it's okay to say no. And I was like, I can't, because she doesn't stop. And then she was so, I would crack under pressure with her. It was so bad. Like she was just like, we watched it again, watch it again. She said it was gonna help me get over my fear. I got over my fear with it by doing that, but traumatizing as a child. It literally is. Watch your kids. I keep telling you guys, watch your kids. Watch your kids around, watch your kids with other kids. Watch your kids, okay? Watch your kids. Like, it's no joke. I'm not joking. I'm not he. It's a real thing. Watch your kids. Watch your cousins. Watch your babies. Watch your kids. I don't just say it. I mean it. Watch your kids. Even around other kids. Watch your kids. If I would tell you guys the stories about my daycare experiences, my elementary experiences, watch your kids. My kids are always like, Mom, why are you always... I'll tell you one day, baby. But this is what I'm saying. Please. So I'm trying my hardest to go back to bed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm freaking terrified, and I just keep replaying like, oh my gosh, the sound, oh my gosh this, oh my gosh that. I'm scared, and I'm like, the kukui is gonna come through the door. Like, it's going to come to the door. Like, I'm super freaking scared. And I'm like, so I text the ex, and I'm like, hey, are you up? What do you want? No, you text me. And I'm like, oh my god, like I'm not even trying to do this little tango dance. I'm just scared. So I was like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Bye. So I don't message him. He keeps messaging. I'm just like, nah, like, I'm not gonna, I'm not that scared, bitch. Nope. So I go to the back and I go in one of the rooms, and I'm just like in there, and I'm just waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so scared. And so I'm back there, and I'm like, no one can come in. Like, the only one who knows, like, who has a key is Sugar, Spice, and everything nice. So I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like super duper scared, y'all. Like, I wish I could bottle this feeling up and just give you a little lick, just so you can understand of how terrifying this feeling is. The overwhelming feeling that I have, where it's like I gave myself chorro, okay? And I'm like, oh my god, just like scared. I'm like in the room, and I'm like rocking, and I'm like, hey, is that my DI bag? So then I get the bag, and I'm like, oh my god, oh yeah, I forgot, I got clothes. I get easily distracted. So I'm like looking at the clothes, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this looks nice, and I'm just like looking at it, looking at stuff, and I'm like, oh, let me see if like these pants really do feel good. So I put the pants on, I'm getting a little distracted, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. I get a message from Spice, and she says, Alexis, in big letters, are you home? ? And I look at it, and I'm like fixing my pants, and I'm like, what? I'm like, of course. So I bend down. As I bend down, tell me why I hear the door open. The outside door. Tell me. I instantly freeze. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, so I like forget how to text. I'm literally like, what? Like, what? And I'm like I get out of the message. I'm trying to go back, and I can just hear the footsteps go closer and closer and closer. And I'm gonna end it there. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos. The next story time will be the Crybaby series. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos. I love you guys with all my heart, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. Bye. Baby, I'm recording.
What?
Yeah. Nice. What did I tell you? But you don't want to listen, huh?
Yeah, I keep letting stuff slip, but I don't want to tell.
Like what?
I didn't want to tell you. And
let him bug your Theo. Yes.
Sorry. I'm going to bed.
What? Really? Oh, good night, my love.
My laundry's still in there. Andrew's probably gonna take it out. And I'm dead.
Okay, love you. Sweet dreams. Why?
Because if she asks, just wake me up.
Okay.
Let's begin.